Hi, hi. How's everyone? Grand Rising. I hope you and your family is doing well on this rise. It's Victoria Shakoor. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. So I'm out doing my thing, y'all, in the car. But I was nudged to speak on some things that I spoke about during my Instagram live. Be sure and follow me on Instagram as well. So I talked about accepting the totality of who you are, everything, as a divine being and as part of Source. That source from which all things come from, known and unknown, seen and unseen. In accepting the totality of who you are, you then begin to recognize the gifts that you have, how powerful you are, and that there's nothing about you that need to be fixed. Now, even though I consider myself pretty astute with spirituality, that's not my lane. My lane is helping those who right now are feeling kind of stuck, maybe a little lost, having some dealing with some guilt, some shame of some childhood abuse that happened to you. And so in life right now, you're wondering why I can't seem to hold on to any monies, or why I can't seem to attract the right person in my life, or why things just don't work out for me, or I feel like there's something bigger inside me, but I just don't know what it is. I just can't pinpoint it. And so I've been sort of going through this, what we would call struggle. I call it learning. And you can be in that for years. You can be in it for a few months, but you've been going through that because you just need a little help. You just need a little bit of help. And that's where I come in. If not me, get help from somebody, okay? There are plenty of people out here that will help you on so many different levels. I deal with that. And because I deal with that, because I help with that, let me not say deal with that, but because I help with that, it leads to the spiritual side of you as well. Because I address both the physical and the spiritual, because they're both important. Okay? So you have to recognize that your physical side is just as important as your spiritual side. And when you know how to work with them both, boy, you become something to reckon with, because you become that happy, thriving person that you see yourself in the future. You become that now. See, things happen to us, right? And some of us, we measure it, we'll say that's worse than that, right? Things happen to us, it gets locked in our tissues and our subconscious. That's why on my free one-day workshop, I start you out talking about the trinity of your conscious mind. Because once you really understand that, then you'll start to become more aware of your thoughts, how you're feeling, if those thoughts are yours, if they're not yours. It's a lot to it. It's a lot to it. However, as you begin to learn these things and progress, because I'm still learning as well, you will start to see your life start to change. Why? because you change. You change. So there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that need to be fixed. It's just that you just need to be guided to observe certain things that's going on with you now that's blocking certain things that you want in your life because of a trauma or abuse or something. You see? So be sure and check out that workshop. It's going to jumpstart you into opening your first eye and opening up your awareness, to working with yourself with no judgment. Okay? So that you become and start to get on the road of becoming that person deep down inside that you truly are. You truly are this happy, thriving person that attracts to you all the things that you want, and you have the energy and the ability to foresee certain things down the road. Right now it's like a wall there. There's a blockage there, right? Right? And you have an idea of what it is. You just don't know what to do with it. And that's where the help comes in. And you can't put a price on that type of help. I got it, and you can't put a price on it. And I was able to open up my gifts and everything, you guys. So consider that. So in accepting the totality of who you are, you also will begin to understand your relationship with divine source. People have attempted to identify with this source in many different ways. That's why there are a lot of religions, because people are trying to identify with this source. When you look yourself in the mirror and you look in your eyes, you see that light, right? You see that light in your eyes. Those of us who are organic humans see that light in your eyes. That light in your eyes is your divine spark. That part of you that didn't leave just because you came into the flesh. You are still that divine light or energy, some people say. And because of that, you are God and goddesses walking around this earth as many creators. That's why when you look around, human beings are constantly creating things. So for someone to say that's blasphemy, that makes no sense. You were given the ability to think, right? You were given the ability to think and reason. So reason with this. Look around you. This car, it was a thought, a vision, and then the emotion was mixed into that of what that would feel like. People would love it. The problem that it would solve. And then action. That's how you create your world. So people say, your thoughts create your world. It's true, only up to a certain point. You get what I just said? I said your thoughts, the vision, the emotion, and then the action. That's what creates your world. When you do that, what happens is the action will just be natural. The action will just feel natural to you because you've already visualized it. You've already put the emotion to it, what it would feel like, what it looks like, what it smells like, what it tastes like. And you just start naturally moving towards that. And it doesn't feel strenuous or anything like that. It's just natural. So whatever it is that you want to do, and if you don't know that yet, that's where I can help you with that as well. Because you know. You just forgot that you know. You just forgot. That's all. You forgot who you are. And you forgot that you know all things. And you forgot why you came here. And my job, the reason I came here is to awaken that, is to remind you and then guide you to awaken that within you, that genius within you. That's it. And I love it. I can do this 24 hours, you guys, and never get tired of it. It's my purpose. It's what I do. So it's just something I love. It's something I love to do. I was also guided to, so before I do this, consider what I'm talking about and what I'm saying. Go on Instagram. I went in a little bit more in depth with that, and I wanted to finish it up with here on my YouTube channel, because Source was like, there's just a little bit more to say about that. And so as I'm speaking to you right now, the messages or downloads are coming in as to what to say, and I don't do any editing or anything like that on my videos. You get it raw as I get it, you get it, and it's just, that's what it is. That's what it is, no fancy thumbnails or none of that stuff. It's just me. And if you met me in person, this is me. Okay, this is me. This is who I am. I talked a little bit about vibrating high, I talked a little bit about that. A lot of people are saying you want to keep your vibration up. At this time, you want to get to the point where nothing scares you. Okay? Because you're all of that. You're all of that. But you don't want to be oscillating. So you don't want to be high, low, high, low. These psychiatrists calls that bipolar. Because you're one end to the next, like that. So what you want to do when people talk about vibrate high is just want to be balanced. Because there are times when you should be pissed. There are times when you should be angry. They have their usage. But when there's not a reason for that, you should be vibrating high. And even when you're angry, you'll get to the point where you're still vibrating high. It just don't look like it. It don't look like it. But you're still vibrating high. Because nothing is really bothering you. Nothing is really getting to you to the point where it's affecting your productivity and who you are as a person. You don't want to kill yourself, and you don't want to go out killing anybody or anything like that. You might want to slap some heads around though, because that's the human part of you, and that's all right. You might feel that way. You may have those thoughts. Just don't act on it. I think they trying to come out with what was that movie that what was his name? They played that movie Minority Report. Minority Report. Remember they had the thought police. You just had a thought, they come and get you. And nothing was private. They can see all in your house. All of that stuff they trying to implement right now. All of that. So us warriors, we're out here, we're declaring and decreeing. None of this stuff goes through, happens. That's our job. That is our job. So I'm not a tarot reader or anything like that. but these cards was calling me. These are oracle cards, and I like them because every time I pull them, it's exactly what I needed to hear. It's like the message that's coming through from source through the cards as well. And a lot of times it affirms the downloads that's been coming to me. So I was nudged to pull over, take a break, and do this video and share this message with you, and to let you know you don't need to be fixed. I'm gonna always tell you that there's nothing wrong with you. Okay, you just need to see what it is, what's happening, the root of that, what's going on with you, and why. And once you know that, then you know how to move past it, not let it no longer be a block in your life. Because it's there. Yeah, now I'm talking in my own personal experience. It's there. I experienced child abuse. It's there. I know it happened, but I'm no longer emotionally attached to it because I did the work and I got the help that I needed. And during the work, it was revealed to me what my gifts are. And so I use an ancient technology, I will say, for some of my clients, where I recode some of that DNA and help out that way. So I've already shuffled the cards. I'm just gonna, and these cards are huge, you guys. Let's see, they're huge. But I'm gonna shuffle them this way. Try to be careful because I'm in the car, and see what card comes out that for the collective. All right, Divine Source, you nudged me to take a break and shuffle these cards. What message do you have for the collective? Those that is watching this channel, what message do you have? It doesn't seem like anyone. Let me see. If it comes out again, then I know it's it. Sometimes that happens too. So what message do you have for the collective, Divine Source? Mother and Father. Because there's two. That's why there's men and women on the earth, and I don't care what anybody else is talking about or how much they try to change that. That is how we all came here. Unless some of y'all was one of them babies they growing or something like that. Have y'all seen that? They growing babies. Yeah, just like you saw in Matrix. And remember, he saw all them crops of people. It looked just like that. It looked just like that. Oh, I'll be glad when I get technically savvy so I can show y'all some stuff. So y'all know I'm not just saying stuff. So y'all know I'm not just saying stuff. Okay, so this is what fell out. And these oracle cards are Earth Warriors, and this is what came out. Hope you can see that. It looks upside down on your end, but this is Goddess of Teotihuacan. Some of these I can't pronounce. She guards the waters of life. That was card number 4. So let's see. Okay, Goddess of Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan? Teotihuacan. All right. Consider the need to cut cords to negative or unhelpful influences in your life, whether they be habits, people, or forms of entertainment and media that threaten to distort the pure and wise use of your wild spirit and ignited mind. Start with all the distractions, being on social media the moment you wake up. Take some time to spend with yourself. I have a morning a morning routine that I do where I don't touch that phone until I finish my meditations. I have affirmations that I read every day, and I read those throughout the day as well. I'll go over my mission statement, and I go over my action plans, you know, things that I want to reach by a certain day. Some people call them goals. Goals, I like to call them action plans. Okay? Let go of negative people. You got to let them go. Love them at a distance. Not that you hate them or no longer love them. You can love them at a distance, you know? Accepting the totality of who you are. When you do that, a lot of times you don't even have to let people go. They'll just kind of fall off to the side themselves because you will have changed, which means that you have grown. Okay? You would have grown, and it's going to start to show, and it'll start to show in your speech. You start to talk differently. When you become more enlightened in your spirituality, you begin to talk a little differently. And I'm telling you, the reason it feels lonely is because people, just regular people, they can't connect with that type of language. Some of you know what I'm talking about, and some of you are beginning to see it. You're going to feel very lonely. It's okay. It's all right. Because you need to start to enjoy you and start to learn about you. That's what that is, okay? So don't be afraid of that. Whilst it is important that you engage with others, the sacred creator within you requires time and space in solitude. I just said that. In solitude to process, reflect, contemplate, and create. Now, I tell you that earlier, we are many creators. Only then can you remember who you are and what is important to you. Oh my, I told y'all these cards was calling me. They were the only deck left in this particular store I was in. I've never seen these cards before or anything like that. It's just, they're so powerful. And I can feel the energy of the cards as well. Ooh. Only then can you remember who you are and what is important to you, and summon the inner power to act accordingly. In that way, you will not become overly swayed by any lesser force, particularly mainstream consciousness that perpetuates victimizing thought patterns and behaviors. So you know what's happening now in our world. If you don't agree with, doing that to yourself, putting that in your body, they want to victimize us. They want to threaten us. You got people threatening us, saying that we shouldn't be able to eat. We should all just be dead. Another human being would never wish death on another human being. Do you get that? You understand that? Because there's a feeling, a deep feeling of connection with another human being. Because we're from source. That light in your eyes tell you that. I was watching somebody, it was a celebrity. It was horrible, the things that she was saying, because of those of us who did not choose to put a foreign, mysterious, untested, what was I going to say? Substance. That's what I was going to say. Substance in our bodies. And now the truth is coming out about it. Now the truth is coming out, so they're getting these celebrities showing themselves, getting it and all that. There's been a few people that was saying some horrendous things about those of us who chose not to, and all of a sudden all of a sudden now you got these new heart conditions that didn't exist until until, like my brother Kevin would say, the cupcakes. Until the cupcakes. Anyway, so trust yourself, okay? Trust that you made the right decisions. And when you don't know something, research it. I went on the actual site of these known I'm trying to speak in code, but these known, medical people. And I read up on that. And I was like, oh, hell no. Hell, I'm nobody's guinea pig. So sometimes you may have to do a little research, to make the best decision for yourself. Especially when it comes to your health and your life and your children's health and their life. I did a whole video about we need to protect our children. I had dreams in the past that I didn't know was prophetic dreams about me saving children. But I got to go through these parents who still kind of brain dead, still believing, still following. It's a programming. It's a programming. Got to break that programming. Give yourself a chance for spiritual, psychological, and emotional time out and cleansing so that you can recognize the inner truth of your soul and adhere to it faithfully. Oh my goodness. That's the message from Divine Source to all of us. That's the message. You can rewind it and go through it again, because I know I was stopping and reiterating some things that, some downloads that was coming to share, to maybe further expand on this, because it's just a short little paragraph. So consider that, trust yourself. Some of the abuse that happened to some of us caused us to not trust ourselves. See, that's a symptom of that. That's a symptom of that. And it's not something you have to live with the rest of your life. You can get help with that and be over it. And know that, okay, I was abused by this person. It happened, What do I know now that happened to me? You see? What is it that I actually want in my life? When I ask people, what do you want? They start telling me what they don't want. And that's what you attract to you, is what you don't want. See, you're powerful like that. You've just been doing it the other way. You need to learn to do it the way that you want. Because when you say what you want, you're thinking about what you don't want. So you keep attracting that. So you're like, Victoria, that shit don't work with me. That's because when you think about what you want, when you say what you want, you're thinking about what you don't want. And you're feeling that. Okay, there's a way to stay in the flow of what it is that you want. And people say that's high vibration. But it's just you staying in the flow. There it is. Thank you, Divine. That's what I wanted. That's how I wanted to explain it. It's being in the flow of what you want. And when you're in the flow of what you want, you're focused on that. And all this shit that's going on around you, all this stuff going on around you, and all of that, and you still learning all your spirituality and all of that stuff and all of that, but you are laser focused, and none of that stuff is bothering you. You behind in your car note, it don't bother you. Y'all will get y'all money. What's the worst that can happen? You in debt up your neck, up your nose. You can't breathe. Hey. Step back, look at it, and breathe. What's the worst that can happen? It'll be all right. Stay focused. Stay focused. Okay. Anything else, Source? I'm starting to feel empty. Like it's being emptied out. And I don't think there's anything else. So rewind this so you can go over what I read with the message today. It's a collective message for us all. All of us with our special gifts. Our gifts are going to be more activated. Oh, also I want to let you know that yesterday, the 1st, and I forgot to mention it, I'm starting my cleanse. So I'm just drinking water, and I make my own smoothies, that way I can control the level of sweetness. And the fruit that I use sweetens it. So there's no added sugar or anything like that or sweetener in my smoothies. And that's it. And teas, certain teas. Because I eat according to my blood type as well. But I also had an extensive blood work done up, and I suggest everyone do that. Get an extensive blood work, food allergy blood work, so you know what you can eat and what you can't, what your cells desire to eat, and what you shouldn't be eating, because what's healthy for one person may not be healthy for the next. You have to learn these things. Start learning this stuff, and it will cut your grocery bill down exponentially. Trust me on that one. Because you won't be eating all that food, all that processed food and stuff. Everything you eat shouldn't be minimally processed. Minimally processed. So I'm on my cleanse. I'm on the cleanse to feel good and to give my body a break, to give my intestines a break and all of that. The not byproduct, but the reward from that your body gives you is some of you will lose weight from doing it. Your skin may clear up, things like that. Get a good smoothie recipe according to what you can eat. And if it gets too rough, eat something raw. If you decide to join me with this, I'm gonna do my best to do it all month. Now my grandson got a birthday party coming up this coming Saturday. That's gonna be kind of rough. I might cheat a little bit, and I'm sharing that with you, and I'm being transparent about that because I don't want you to be too hard on yourself. For those of you who may join me in doing this cleanse, if you need to eat a little something, go ahead and do that and get right back on it. You know what I mean? Because you may be used to eating 3 times a day like we was programmed to do. And if you cheat a little bit, you've only eaten once. You see? Or if you've been eating twice a day, you've only eaten once. So don't ever be so stringent about anything. About anything in life. Ain't nothing that serious. We're living in some interesting times right now. People are scared. People are worried. When you prepare yourself, you don't have nothing to be scared of. And speaking of preparing, for those of you who feel inclined, we're looking for more volunteers for Know Your Rights Foundation. So if you want to know your rights, you want to know the law, because right now, our pink brothers and sisters are fighting for our rights right now. I don't see many people that look like me that's doing it. It could be, I just don't see them. But those pink brothers and sisters, they fight, man. They are fighting. They go into court. They filing suits, everything. So we need to learn. We need more of us and more of them. Everybody. They bringing foreigners over here. What do you think they got planned? So, we need to start learning the laws of the land, because I don't even think they teach it in school anymore. When I was in school, we had to learn the Constitution. We had to learn the 50 states, the capital of each of those states, the mascots, all that stuff. We had to know when I was in school. We even had cartoons growing up. I'm just a bill. Some of you know that, how they go, but I'm only just a bill. And it would explain how, what the Senate and Congress and the executive branches and the judicial branch, of our government. And there's 3 branches. Now, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. You got the executive branch, the judicial branch. Why am I drawing a blank? And I know this. Anyway, so we had cartoons that taught us that too. So I don't think our children are learning. So young people need to get on board with this. We want an army of, I was trying to think of the brother, the lawyer that defended OJ. We want an army of those people that know the law. Because when you know the law, you feel more confident. You don't feel fear of the so-called peace officers or any of that. You know what I mean? You know what to do, how to conduct yourself, and you know how to keep them from violating your constitutional right. Our Constitution still stands in this country. We are the last free country, and that's why they're going hard on us, bringing all those criminals over here. And I ain't gonna say everybody's a criminal, but a lot of them are. It was criminals that came over here and took our land from us, Aboriginals. Those were criminals. Okay, so that hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. So there's more, and they're going to be using them against us, and we need to know how to battle this right now before we even let them do that, and how to get this straightened out. Because listen, you're going to have spiritual people that says, well, this is all 3D stuff. Your focus should be on how to get out of here. It's both. You came in here to play this game for a reason. Now you choose what lane or lanes you want to play. I choose to help those that is stuck in life, feeling like something's wrong with them, possibly due to some childhood traumas and abuse. And those whom I can teach the laws of the land. Because we're multidimensional and we're multi-talented. You can do more than one thing. But you want to focus on your main thing. Your main thing is your main thing, right? And you can do a little bit of this over here on the side as well. And then get with those that are like-minded with you. You know what I mean? You always want to get with those that because that's, we as humans, we are very social. And we like to be around people that think like us. And there's nothing wrong with that. They think like us on this baseline. However, they still may have their different ideas. And that's great because that challenges you. And it opens you up to more of your thinking processes. Okay? So I think that's it. Comment. I love the comments. Your thoughts on what I'm saying, any input that you have, as long as it's respectful. If it's not, I'll just delete it, as I don't allow any of that on my channel. This channel is brand new. It's brand new, like a newborn. I think I'm only I don't know. It's brand new. So yeah, because it's brand new, I'm gonna set that right now that I just won't tolerate that. So I don't have to deal with that down the road or whatever. So if you're guided here, if you're listening to this in my videos, that means that you are one of those that I am to speak to, and you have been guided here by divine. Trust that. Trust that. Those of you who subscribe to my channel, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Because I am going to be doing my best to be consistent with bringing you information, but I only do them when the message is downloaded to me and I'm nudged to do it. It'll be in the car, it might be at the park, it might be at home in my little area at the house, you know, wherever it calls. And I only pull the cards when they call me, when I'm nudged to pull the cards. You know, that was a powerful, powerful message for us today to resonate with that. And some of those messages last for a couple days, you know, so it's not like I have to do that every day. It's like, it's only when they call me. So if I pull a card today, they may not call me for a couple days, because that message is for, you know, all the days until the next one. Okay, all of my information is at the bottom. Thank you again for spending time with me and listening to my outformation. And I will see you guys on the next video, okay? All right, peace.